Well, we left off with me leaving Wisconsin on Monday and getting to Virginia actually on Tuesday, but I made my drop Wednesday morning in Sandston, Virginia. And then after that, I couldn't find anything else. Could not find anything worth trying to do, and also having to be back possibly Thursday uh, morning to pay for my rental truck. But Thursday, after I paid for the rental truck, I found something. I didn't find anything great, but I basically found something from Youngsville, North Carolina, which is about 20 miles from Durham, going to Dallas, Texas, and Denton, Texas. Two drops in Dallas and one in Denton. And I'm gonna have to put the miles, what I got per mile, up. I don't remember right offhand.
Who's the receiving at?
I'm not sure. I just pulled up.
Is this Captiva?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Captive Air.
Yeah, Captiva.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I'm going to break. I'll be back.
No problem. Always one everywhere you go.
Yep.
Can't handle the job. Too much fun.
Oh yeah. Come in, man.
A friend of mine, he's thinking about getting a big truck and doing stuff like that. What do you got to go on a load board?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to buy one, man. Whew. Boy, that renting.
What you paying for rent for this?
It comes out depending on how far I go, but right around $1,000 a week. But they hard to find.
Yep.
Financing, man. They want 25% down and about $100,000, and this is pre-owned. About 400,000 miles.
We'll lock the gate. Go through the gate.
The gate, the one right here in the corner? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Be safe, man.
How many drops you got?
3.
3. Oh. Wow. Your numbers be in the top right. Start with a 4 or 5, 7-digit number.
Well, this one starts with a 3. 3143 274. And then I got
Oh.
okay.
Okay, sir. That one's going to Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
What's next?
5360320.
All right. What's next?
533.
Hold on. I can't get the thing to work. I got 533.
7007.
You got Denton, Dallas.
Yep.
I need a load order. First stop.
Norco Moving and Storage.
That be your first one?
Yes.
That's gonna put all the weight on the tail end or the second half trailer.
Okay.
About 3,000 pounds. All right. Your first stop is Norton Moving, all right?
Dallas Mechanical Group.
That's a 4x4. And your last drop be Denton.
Yeah, Burger King.
All right. Burger King. gonna run everything right down the middle of the truck. That's all you.
Yeah, it's fine.
They're your first drop.
Okay.
They're on 48-inch wide skid. They ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
They ain't gonna slide. That's for sure.
All right.
It won't take you long to get your mind. I freak out a lot of times when we got box trucks. For our stuff, some of it's so big, you know. We've had it. We had to come in perfectly level. Somebody with a stick holding the door open. Okay. The third stop, second stop, I'm gonna put side by side the nose.
Okay.
They got numbers on 3, 2, 1. That's how the label on board.
Okay.
And thank God you're lined up perfectly. Low to the left and have the cooler place on the right. I hope.
All right.
Huh. Like a dog sitting on sandpaper. Rough, rough. Last drop, Burger King.
All right.
Second drop, Dallas Mechanical.
All right.
First drop, come on, Dick. Norco Moving Storage.
All right.
Just, yeah, no, I'll get you some quick. Just if they ain't got a load dock, they got to come out even with it.
All right.
I just got lucky. Just sign date them 3 and you good to go.
All right.
Next time pick a rainy day. My hair all messed up. See the thing about being bald head runs right down the middle of your head.
Right. Right.
Anywhere be alright.
Okay.
You see, some of them box trucks only like about 85 inches.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is.
All right.
Appreciate it, pal.
Uh-huh.
I might take your pen.
All right, you too. Ugh.
What is up, YouTube? Man, I am in Benton, Arkansas. Taking a load to Dallas, Texas. It's actually 2 drops, Dallas, Texas, and Denton, Texas. And it is only $1.65 a mile. I've got all the gas I need, which is $667.70. This will get me there. This load drops off Monday, both of them. The other place ain't too far away, but I'm figuring by 10 o'clock, I'm gonna drop one off at 7 and hopefully get the other one off by 9 and be wrapped up by 10. I'm steady, because this is Monday. Today is Friday. This is Friday night. Hopefully I can find something tomorrow on the DAT board, but for you guys that got experience with it, not a lot popping on the weekends. That's why I love to have loads on the weekend. I like to be loaded before the weekend comes. When they're driving through the weekend, or even sitting, I don't mind that much. Sit and let your truck do your 34-hour reset over the weekend. Cause you asked me, oh Lord, I think this motherfucker will try to come pull beside me and block me in. I had this happen once before earlier, about an hour ago, and had to tell a guy, man, look, I'm out of here at 6 a.m. in the morning. You can't block me in. And then he told me to wake him up, but then he moved. Then he moved. But anyway, yeah, $1.65. A lot of people say don't take $1.65. I'm gonna tell you, man. You renting a truck. It don't even matter if you are buying a truck and making payments. And to be honest, it don't even matter if you own the truck. You have reoccurring expenses. And one thing I learned a long time ago, 10% of something is better than 100% of nothing. It's just simple as that. Or to make it short, or to make it more clear, something is better than nothing. And that's what it is. I'm gonna make about $1,500. It ain't nothing pretty, but it's better than zero. That $1,500 can pay my insurance for the month. That's about it. He can pay my insurance for the month, and the truck rental, not including the miles. But it's better than me coming out the pocket.
fact, this week here will be the first week that the business will pay all the bills. So that's progress. That's definitely progress. Where come on, cuz you keep going around in circles now. Gotta make sure they don't block you in. But dang, where was I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so that's a little bit of progress. The business would have a harder time doing it if I didn't take this load for $1.65. I think it's about 1,300 miles, something like that. It was literally 10 miles away from my house, the pickup. About 1,200 and something miles over that. This was a 2-day job. For some reason, I was thinking it was going to take 3. So I started it yesterday. I drove about 7 hours yesterday. I drove like 10 hours and 40 minutes today. And I'll drive like 5 hours tomorrow. Probably less than that. I got 300 miles to go, 310 miles to go, and I'll be knocking them down. I'm knocking down more miles than I'm thinking I'm knocking down. I kind of try to average when I see the distance that I have to travel. I look at it as I'm going to travel 600 miles a day, but the honest truth is I'm closer to 660 miles a day that I'm doing. I don't play when I get out here, man. I'm wide open. I'm doing 73, 74, 75, as much as I can get out of here. I know slower speeds, you'll get better gas mileage, but at the time I'm looking at miles. I'm just trying to cover as many miles as I can in that 11 hours. So bottom line, it's a shitty load, but this will put me at 4,700 gross for the week. After all of the bills, it'll put me at about 27. For the week. So like I say, it's better than nothing. It ain't pretty, but it's better than nothing. It's not the prettiest thing. It's better than nothing. These guys gonna tell you $2 getting. I heard guys saying $2.50. These YouTubers, maybe they getting it. I'm not gonna put it past them and say they ain't getting it. I'm just telling you, I'm not getting it, man. And I'm a hustler. I be on the dat board. I mean, sometimes 12 hours straight. I mean, anytime I got time, I'm on the dat board. Anytime I got time. And I'm trying to perfect it. Because I did sit for 24 hours this week, and I hated that. Like, if I could have sat for 12 hours, that would have been a lot better than 24 hours. But the way I'm trying to get it is pick something up, drop something off. 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 And I'm learning. I still got a lot more to do. I'm going down now trying to figure out what states are the shitty states and what states are the good states. Now I'm kind of learning that Wisconsin ain't a bad state. Wisconsin, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Tennessee, some parts of North Carolina. Charlotte is a decent. Greensboro is decent. Charlotte is better than Greensboro, but Greensboro around that area is decent. Durham, it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say. Because to be honest, I be having trouble finding stuff out of Durham, but this came out of Durham. It's not a good load. It ain't the best load, but this one, the town right over, a town called Youngsville, it took me about 20 minutes to get there from where I was. And to be honest, it was flooded, because that's what I was saying when I was coming back from Virginia. I was like, I already know. I was trying to find things in Virginia. Like I sat in the parking lot in Virginia for probably about 4 hours trying to find some loads that's coming from Virginia going somewhere else. And they were going places I didn't want to go. They was going to like the Colorado. Don't want to go to Colorado. There's a couple other places, but it seemed like every place I had on my do not go list, that's where those loads were going. They did have some going to New York. I didn't want to go to New York. I'm not going to say why, but the bottom line is I don't want to go to New York or through New York. But anyway, the bottom line is, I couldn't find too much popping in Virginia to where I wanted to go. Like, they had some going to Miami, another place I didn't want to go, Hollywood, Florida, which might as well be Miami. A lot of places deep down in Florida that I didn't want to go. So I ended up I actually put in Durham, North Carolina, and on that day, man, I could not believe it, man. It was about 30 to 40 things leaving directly from Durham. And I was like, dang, man, I should have just went home right off the gate. Because now when I'm seeing all these things, I was like 130, 140 miles away. It was late in the day. I didn't waste them 4 hours because a lot of people want you to pick stuff up around noon. Usually before, or if not, at least by 3 or 4 p.m. Late as 5. And I set up there, wasted those 4 hours. I knew that was going to end up being about the time that I got home. I was going to end up getting home about 4, about 5. And then I had that EFS check to cash. I don't know. It's probably going to be in this video earlier where I got another double broken load. That was giving me $200 $2,200 for the load. The original broker called again, just kind of like how it happened up there in Tennessee, Nashville. It happened very similar to that. He said he was gonna pay me $25, $300 again, $300 more again. I think that's kind of the margin that these double brokers are doing, is they trying to make 300 plus a little something. Well, actually, I think it's a 300. I think I'm not sure how it worked, but I think that's what their little margin is the 300. Try to get 300. And I done learned how to detect the double brokers. You gotta do your research. You gotta look at the DAP board. You gotta look at everything. But there's a way on there that you can start seeing the double brokers. And I'm unfolding. I'm uncovering some of the tactics that they are using. And I'm going to share that in another video. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to try to do a combined on shitty states not to go to, good states to go to, and also some shitty brokers. I already know double brokers and some shitty brokers, because there's some brokers that aren't double brokers and they are shitty as hell. And a lot of times these, not all, but these brokers that accept new authorities, they pimping you. They pimping us. They know we know. Even this load here that I'm doing now, they knew that they accept new authorities, and I don't think they accept old authorities. You know what I'm saying? I think like if you 30 and 60 days old, they don't want to fool with you. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that you ain't gonna do it, basically. But starting out new, you're gonna have to do some $1.65s. I'm gonna tell you that now. You're gonna have to do some for $1.65, $1.75. You'll catch some $2, $2.30, $2.40. But being a new authority, it hurts. I'm 20 days old today. 21 days old today. And it hurts. But you know, you got to do what you can do until you can do better, and that's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm doing $1.65. I'm doing whatever I can to keep moving. Because even out of this, I'm gonna end up pulling $1,500 worth of profit out of it. Or I could have sat at home and got nothing, you know. Like I say, I know 10% of 10% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Or in this case, probably 70% of something is better than 100% of nothing. So, you know, I'm doing what I gotta do, and you know, sometimes don't listen to them guys out there. Some of them out there trying to sell you stuff, and I'm not trying to say they can't make you make more money, but I just don't see how. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can give you some tips and everything, but a lot of these guys is out there running. I'm trying to watch my words because I'm not trying to say they running game. I don't want to say that. I'm not saying they running game. That's out there selling stuff. I'm not saying all of them, because there's actually one brother out there that I would consider buying buying some knowledge from them. I would consider buying some knowledge from them. Box Pro, I put it out there. Box Truck Bros. I would buy knowledge from them. I'm probably not, because I'm stuck in my ways. And for those who don't know what this channel is about, and I might have didn't explain it clear enough or well enough or whatever, but I'll just take a few minutes right now. What this thing is about me getting my hustle on, me doing this whole thing with absolutely no help. I filled out all my paperwork. I done all my paperwork. The only thing that I paid for was things that I had to pay for. Not because of the lack of knowledge, because of the rules that was involved. And I think it was like one thing, I can't think of what it is right off the gate. Can't think of what that was, but it wasn't even a lot of money. But it was, the I think it's the BOC3. I believe that's what it is. It's like you can't do that yourself. But if I'm correct, I paid like $20. I think I paid $20. I didn't pay $30. I can tell you that. I paid $20 for that. And all the other paperwork, filing with the Secretary of State, EIN number, FMCSA, all that stuff. Amazon, which a lot of you probably don't know, but I got approved for Amazon. I ain't even finished. I ain't even set nothing up. I guess that's the right term to use, but I ain't even set nothing up. I've been so busy doing this, and I done Amazon. I don't know. It was just kind of rough. Like I say, it's rough. This is rough. It's rough. Don't get me wrong. This is rough. But anytime I sit longer than I want to sit, it was one of them times. This is one of them times where I sat longer than I wanted to sit. Because there's been a lot of sitting. Last week I sat Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which I did not like. And even though I did reset, that was the only benefit to it, is that at least out of it I reset. But I was hot. I had a load. I had a load for Friday. I think it was paying $2,200, and it was a good rate for whatever it was. I don't even remember what it was now, but it was over $2 and some change. And they slowed down my internet. I couldn't send the files and stuff to them in time, man. I had to try to find truck stops and stuff with Wi-Fi just to send in the carrier packet. And by the time I did, man, it was too late, man. He done gave the job away. Bottom line. But anyway, I'm not gonna keep on rambling. Just kind of touching bases with you and trying to keep a little bit of truth about this. And it ain't as pretty as they make it seem, but if you get your grind on, you can make it work. And like I say, this ain't my first rodeo. I done been through a lot of rodeos, and there's not any business that I've created where it just ran smooth from the beginning. It's a lot of figuring out. It's a lot of coming up with your own tactics to make it work. And that's one reason why I'm not about the mentors, because I don't think this is cookie cutter. There are some things think there is some advice that they can give you, but to be honest, I think YouTube already gave you that advice. I even think some of them by accident have gave you the advice. I remember I was looking at one video and the guy, he was giving some wisdom. He was new. He was kind of new, but he had a mentor that mentored him, and he started trying to do the same thing. He started trying to mentor as well, and him and his mentor basically was doing a video together, and he was talking, and his mentor was like, "Ho, wait a minute now, you giving out a little too much." But that little bit that he gave out, I grasped it. But then you got other people. Like I say, I mean, you look at enough videos and do enough research, you can put a lot of it together. You can put a blueprint together, not a detailed blueprint, but you can put together a rough blueprint. That's where you have to go in with your own tactics and sharpen it up and put the details in and figure it out. And a lot of times you just got to get out here. That's the type of person I am. A lot of times you got to get out here. You got to get out here in the field and figure out what's what. And that's what has helped me the most, because I filled out papers incorrectly. Not on the business part, because I had done all that time and time again, but it was like a couple of carrier packets. Probably like my first 3 or 4 carrier packets. So I messed up. I didn't fill them out correctly. But I knew they wasn't approving them. So I knew it was something that I wasn't doing correct. And a lot of these brokers that use these systems, you actually can go back in and you actually can update and correct stuff. So that's basically what I did. I went back, I seen what was wrong, I looked and seen why they said I wasn't approved, and I got a better understanding of it and went back and corrected it. And then eventually got approved. And I'm gonna tell you, one of them I was trying to get approved for is one. I'm gonna go and put them out there. TQL. I was trying to get approved with them so bad, and as soon as I got approved, man, I ain't done a job for them yet. I didn't call them about some jobs, man. They just don't like to pay, man. They don't like to pay. But something else I want to say. Even some of these veterans out here, look, if you ain't done it, man, don't be trying to tell people what they can and can't do, man. I heard a guy the other day say, and I like him, but I think he kind of dabbed into something that he shouldn't have dabbed into. He ain't never rented a truck. Or if he did, he rented it the wrong way. But from my understanding, he ain't never rented a truck. And he was out here trying to say that if someone rented a truck, if they make $7,000, $7,500, that they not even bringing home $1,500. Maybe that's true for some people, but like I'm telling you, I can net $4 and bring home half of that. And like I'm netting this 47, I'm bringing home over half of that. Renting a truck, paying $900 and something for insurance, paying $500 for the box truck, 16 cents a mile. Nothing pretty. No fuel cars. 4%. Like, a lot of people will frown on a lot of these things. Like, a lot of people will frown on the 4%. Why would you take 4%? I believe 4% is cheaper than 3%. If you want to know more about it, I'll go into depth. No gas cards. I believe no gas cards is way better than gas cards. Want me to go in detail on that? I'll go into detail on that. You know, I read the fine detail. I ask the right questions, and I don't got fuel cards, and I pay 4% for a reason. But I swear, I'm telling you, I guarantee you, my 4% is cheaper than people's 3%, because they getting hit with all these other fees. With they 3% in their fuel card, they messing around paying 7-8%, don't even know it. And that's the wrong thing. See, that's the thing I like. I like to be able to see my numbers. I want to see my numbers. I want to know what I want to be able to calculate my numbers before you send me my numbers. Before you say, okay, this is what you did. I already want to know exactly what they are. You know, I want to see it clearly. And that's the way I set myself up. I set myself up so I can see everything clearly. And a lot of these factorers, they getting people. They getting people with these 3%, 3.5%, 3.49%, whatever it is, $500 deposit. That's going to be held indefinitely until you're out of your contract, and then it automatically renews. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Have you stuck in there forever? Trust me. I'm not no fool. This ain't my first rodeo. But I'm not going to talk your ears off here today. This is just a time I get. I know that once you start doing content, people want you to keep on doing content. And I got a little bit of time to burn. I don't got too much to do tomorrow. Too much driving to do. I don't have a lot of driving to do tomorrow. So that's the reason why I'm bored, a little bored here. They get a little boring out here. Sleeping in truck stops and stuff. Sleeping, like I say, I slept on somewhere up in the mountains. I'm not even sure where it was, but somewhere up in the mountains. Still in North Carolina, but somewhere in the mountains. I slept on a damn exit ramp, along with a whole bunch of other tractor trailers. And I'm telling you, every time, anything, a car, a truck, a tractor trailer would get off on that exit ramp. This whole truck just shake it all night. I swear I was thinking like, man, they might hit this sucker. They might come off, and I'm not even gonna lie. Even when I found it myself, like, it was some trucks already there, but I was getting off on the exit ramp, and I seen their lights. I knew it wasn't no more parking places. I seen a couple of trucks' lights, and I just slammed on brake. I did not quite slam, but I jammed on brakes real hard so I could dip over there real fast and get in behind them before I went all the way down the exit ramp. And I was, I could have tapped him, if I would have not been an expert driver like I am. I could have tapped him. But yeah, it was, man, it was like landing an airplane. The little landing field. It's like landing an airplane in a little tiny airport. I had to shoot up in there and didn't have too much time to stop. And I just stayed. I already knew. I knew by them on the ramp that don't even go down there and look in the truck stop. Because there was room in the truck stop. They would be in the truck stop. So you better go ahead and get this spot while it was there. And somebody came in behind me. About an hour later, somebody came in and jammed in behind me, man, and they was all on the line and everything. I was like, nah, they really might get hit. And I was happy when they came because I was like, that's my blocker. You know what I'm saying? Now that's my blocker. You know, because now I'm not so much worried about nobody hitting me, running in the back of me. You know, this big truck, he my blocker. Now, so I was happy. Yeah. Um, and I'm pretty sure, I'm just assuming that you got to keep your brake lights on. I mean, not your brake lights, your parking lights on when you park on them ramps. I'm pretty sure that's a rule, and it's a sensible rule. But I didn't do it, man. I couldn't burn that gas. I've done it before up in Wisconsin, but it was so cold I had to run the truck all night, and it was cheaper than the hotel, the gas that I consumed. But I was like, man, I didn't do it last night. Last night I toughed it out. Last night I cut them on for a while, but I was just fearful that the battery might die. I started to do some research, but I'm not gonna lie, I was tired last night. I was tired. I was supposed to do a lot of stuff last night, and I parked, and probably within 30 minutes I was out of there. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking your head off. Just wanted to touch base, give you a little content, give you a little bit of knowledge, give you a little bit of truth, a little bit of wisdom. It ain't gonna be pretty, but you gotta be good with money too. And I'm not trying to say that I am the best, but I can conserve. That's my strong suit. Is, you know, you can call me whatever it is, you know, type whatever. I have been getting a couple of hotels, but I ain't even spent $300 on hotels, and I done been in a hotel 4 times. You see what I'm saying? I done been in a hotel 4 times. The most I paid was $80-something, and I never paid $80-something again. I got 2 nights, one place for $115, and then I got 2 of them for $57 a night. And I was looking at one. I wasn't planning on staying in the hotel tonight, but I seen one for $39.99. And I was like, that sounds like my cup of tea right there. That's, you know, I got my own blanket, my own sheet, my own pillow, got my flip flops, my own wash rag, my own towel. Cause you need it. You need it. I mean, especially at them prices. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The last one I stayed in, it was clean. Let me rephrase that. The last 2, the ones that was in the $50 range, they were cleaner than the one that was in the for $80-something. It was cleaner and better. They were kind of outdated, but they were actually cleaner and better than the Red Roof Inn.
Well, guys, once again, the video has got kind of long, so I'm going to have to do a part 3, but I'm going to make sure that I get it out to you real fast. So just remember to like, share, and subscribe.